back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Alyssa. Today I have got a video that is all about soups. I've shared one of these videos before and you guys loved it. So today we are showing 3 more delicious vegan soup recipes that are obviously perfect for fall and winter. They're cozy, they're healthy, they're easy to make, and all of them are pretty different. So I'm really excited about this mashup. And if you do want to follow along and make any of them, you can find those links down in the description box. The recipes are up on the blog. You also could use the search function on the blog if you just wanted to type in the name of the soup. And before we dive in, I would like to invite you to subscribe if you're new around here and you are not yet subscribed. If you like recipes like this and other healthy lifestyle tips and advice and videos, then you'll love this channel. You can find the button right below this video that says subscribe. All you gotta do is tap that button and you will be subscribed. Otherwise, let's go ahead and dive into our soup recipes. All right, so we are starting with the butternut squash soup. We have 1 butternut squash that I cut in half lengthwise and then scooped out the seeds. And we are actually going to just sprinkle that with salt and pepper. And then my trick for roasting the garlic is to have a whole head of garlic, and then I peel the cloves, and I actually stick the cloves inside one of the cavities of the butternut squash, and then I flip the butternut squash over onto the pan and just keep the garlic inside that little cavity, and it will protect it from burning. Also to the pan, we'll add 1 onion that I peeled and sliced in half, as well as 1 tomato that was sliced in half, and about 3 to 4 carrots that are chopped. Then just season everything with a little bit of salt and pepper and pop this in a 425-degree oven for about 30-ish minutes until the squash is fork tender. Once you flip the squash over, you will find that you have perfectly roasted garlic. It is basically turns into a paste. It's so creamy and delicious. And then the next step will be to just scoop the squash out of the skin. And it might be pretty hot, so you might want to let it cool for a little bit or just get a little bit burned on your fingertips, but scoop the flesh out of the skin, and then we will transfer this all into a blender. So into our blender, we have our butternut squash as well as the garlic, which has just gotten mixed in there. We also have our tomato, the onion, and all of the carrots. Also a generous pinch of salt and pepper, some freshly grated ginger, as well as some pepper flakes if you want a little bit of extra heat. If you don't, you can skip that. And then the liquid is some almond milk and some water or vegetable broth if you wanted. Pop the lid on your blender, pop it on the base, and blend it up until it is smooth and creamy. You might need to add a little bit of liquid depending on how thin you like your soup, but I tend to like my butternut squash on the thicker side, so this amount of liquid was perfect. And if it's not hot enough, you can reheat it in the stove or in the microwave, or it might already be hot enough because the veggies are pretty hot. Pour it into your bowl, and then for topping, I just want to show you how I do this cool little like design, I guess, on top of the soup. So I have coconut milk, and I just stuck my fork inside of the coconut milk, and I just dot the surface of the soup. And then I take a toothpick and I just kind of swirl the toothpick in between all of the dots. And that's pretty much it. This is soup number 1. So creamy, so good, and a little bit spicy and perfect for fall. Soup number 2 is our chunky vegan potato soup. We're gonna start by adding oil into the pan, followed by garlic and leeks. And then you just saute the garlic and leeks together until the leeks have softened. It takes maybe 2 to 3 minutes. To that, you will add in your potatoes. And again, saute just a little bit. We're kind of trying to get everything combined, maybe get the potatoes a tiny bit brown. And I also like to add the seasonings in here, which I used some pepper, salt, and Italian seasoning. And then you can just stir that all together. And we will add in the broth. So I'm using vegetable broth. You could use chicken broth. You could use water. Just depends on what you're feeling. And you'll bring this to a boil. Once it's boiling, you're just gonna let it simmer for a good 30-ish minutes until the potatoes are fork tender. Once you got to that stage, you can add in your kale and your nutritional yeast. And if you don't want to use kale, you can use any kind of other green that you want. And stir it together until the kale has wilted. And that is pretty much it for this soup. It is honestly one of my favorite soups I've made in a really long time. I've made it 3 times already. It is so good. Really good balance between the chunky texture and also like a creamy broth. And it's just super flavorful and delicious. Last but not least is our creamy chickpea and pumpkin stew. We're gonna start with olive oil in our stock pan, Add to that some carrots, white onion, as well as garlic, and then we will saute that until everything has softened and the garlic and onions are nice and fragrant. Next, you will add in your chickpeas, diced tomatoes, and your pumpkin puree. Stir that together until it is all combined. Then you will season it with some salt and pepper, as well as some curry powder and a little bit of ginger. And again, stir that together. And then I add in my liquid, which I'm using vegetable broth. And you can stir that together. And once that is combined, you are going to bring it to a boil. And again, simmer this until your carrots are tender. So this might take maybe 20, 25, maybe 30 minutes. The final step before serving is to add in some lemon juice, as well as some nutritional yeast and a little bit of cashew cream. If you are on the side of coconut, that you like coconut milk, you could do full fat coconut milk instead. But if you don't like coconut milk, then cashew cream works perfectly. And then finally, add in some spinach. I love, if you can't tell, adding greens into my soups. So I like to add greens as whenever I can. Stir until it is wilted, and that is it for the soup. Serve it up immediately, and then I always finish it off with a little bit of the drizzle of cashew cream. And again, if you just want to see how I style, I use my spoon to drizzle it around, and then I kind of use the edge of that spoon to make it look a little bit more swirly and a little bit more imperfect. And that's pretty much it for this one. It is so good, and it's a really fun way to use pumpkin. And there you have it, my friends. That is how to make 3 delicious vegan soups, perfect for fall, perfect for winter, so cozy, comforting, and just delicious. So I can't wait to hear what you think. Let me know in the comments which one you're gonna try first. I love all 3, so I'm not gonna choose a favorite, but I'm excited to hear what you guys are excited about, so let me know down in the comments. And as I said in the beginning of the video, you can find the recipes up on the blog. I've linked them down in the description box. And that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please give it a thumbs up. If you have any winter recipe requests, let me know in the comments as well. And if you are new around here and you are not yet part of this awesome community here on YouTube, I would love for you to subscribe. You can just tap the red button right below this video that says subscribe. Otherwise, I hope you have an awesome rest of your day. Thank you so much for being here and taking some time out of your day to spend it with me here on YouTube. It means the world to me. You are the best. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!